The Kansas City Chiefs just changed everything, so we're going to be going through that and other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Kansas City Chiefs news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that red button down below. The first story is Kansas City Chiefs is adding a second Super Bowl winning quarterback. The Kansas City Chiefs could make major NFL news by replacing their legendary backup quarterback from last season with a former Super Bowl winning champion. The addition would give the Chiefs, who are blessed with 2022 NFL MVP Patrick Mahomes, an embarrassing of riches at the quarterback position. The Chiefs benefited from having one of the best QB1 and QB2 situations during the Andy Reid era, since Alex Smith was the starter, and Patrick Mahomes was his backup during the 2017 season. Chad Henne served as Mahomes' backup from 2018 until retiring after winning his second Super Bowl this February. The Chiefs signed Blaine Gabbert in free agency this season to compete for the QB2 spot this season. But the Chiefs have reportedly been in communication with another veteran with several years of starting experience. According to Jeremy Fowler with ESPN, free agent quarterback Carson Wentz and the Chiefs have had an ongoing dialogue about Wentz signing with the Chiefs this offseason. Wentz, who would prefer a starting job, is open to the idea of trying to win a Super Bowl in Kansas City this year and learning how to play the quarterback position from Mahomes. Here's a transcription of Fowler's comments per Sports Illustrated. Carson Wentz and the Chiefs did talk this offseason. There was some dialogue about Wentz potentially joining the Chiefs maybe down the road, or at least, keeping that communication open, Fowler said. And I was told the Chiefs were fairly receptive to that idea. Certainly they respect the talent. And I was told Wentz is open to getting to a championship-type team, getting into a new winning culture, where he can learn, sit behind a Patrick Mahomes. Wentz was taken by the Philadelphia Eagles as the second overall pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, 1 year before Mahomes would be drafted. Wentz had a successful run with the Eagles until he suffered an ACL injury during Week 14 of the 2017 season. Backup quarterback Nick Foles would lead the Eagles to a Super Bowl victory with Wentz out. Wentz dealt with other injuries and inconsistent play with the Eagles after 2017. He's had limited success as a starter for the Indianapolis Colts and Washington Commanders during the previous 2 NFL seasons. Wentz to the Chiefs might be a benefit for both parties. Wentz would benefit from working in head coach Andy Reid's system. Wentz would be an upgrade at QB2 over Gabbert. Wentz doesn't have to rush to sign with the Chiefs too early. If he really wants to be a starter, Wentz could wait until starting quarterbacks start getting injured. But the Chiefs seem to be Wentz's best bet to restart his professional career and win a second championship along the way. The Kansas City Chiefs have been unable to reach an agreement on a new contract for star defensive lineman Chris Jones, who has been holding out for an extension through the preseason. With just over a week until their first regular season game, reports regarding the ongoing negotiations have taken a turn for the worse. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported an update between Jones and the team while appearing on SportsCenter on Sunday. I talked to somebody with the team who said it feels like this is going to drag on even longer, maybe even into the season, Fowler said. The Chiefs certainly don't want that, but neither side appears ready to move on contract talks. If Jones is not backing down from his stance of missing multiple games, then the Chiefs will have to keep their defensive line afloat while negotiations continue. Watch for Kansas City to keep more players to man its front four early in the coming season to compensate for Jones's extended absence. The 53-man cutdown is one of the most difficult times of the year around the NFL. 32 organizations have to inform 37 players that they are being released onto waivers. That means approximately 1,184 people are going to lose their jobs over the next 2 days. Sure, some will be offered a position on a practice squad or another NFL roster, but overall, many will be out of work. It's obviously no laughing matter, but Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Marquez Valdes-Scantling did make a hilarious appeal to the league office nonetheless. NFL make the roster like 58 or something, he requested on X, formerly Twitter. We got too many dogs in the WR room to not be on the team. The current wide receiver unit includes the following players: Valdes-Scantling, Ski Moore, Kadarius Toney, Richie James, Justin Watson, Rashee Rice, Justin Ross, Ihmir Smith-Marsette, Nico Remigio, Cornell Powell, Ty Scott, Ty Freifogel, and Juwan Green. This viral post from MVS already has over 3,000 likes. Throughout the offseason, many were worried about the lack of star power inside the Chiefs' WR core. That led to constant speculation on DeAndre Hopkins, among others. In the end, this position group proved to be one of the deepest on the roster over the course of training camp and the preseason. And MVS is letting the NFL community know. At one point, the Chiefs had 9 or 10 options at wide receiver that felt legitimate. Then, due to injuries, undrafted talents, Nico Remigio and Kekoa Crawford dropped out of the running. Despite that, Kansas City still has 7 or 8 really strong candidates to make the roster, with Ross and Smith-Marsette on the bubble behind the starters: MVS, Moore, Toney, Rice, James, and Watson. Smith-Marsette was the latest to make a strong roster push, torching the Cleveland Browns for 101 receiving yards and a touchdown.